Released in 1994, directed by Stephen Chow, comes From Beijing with Love, and you get a little disclaimer at the start saying that this is nothing to do with James Bond, and any things that may seem similar are just complete coincidence. And then it goes into a slew of just ripping off the music, the dress sense, the gadgets, the characters. And you know what, as a Bond fan, I didn't really care. I felt like this was a kind of homage, honouring those kind of movies and trying to replicate them. And I really kind of enjoyed that. It was so much fun. As we are thrown into this world, at the start of this one, we are following the theft of a dinosaur skull that has been captured by the bad guys at the start. The government want to keep it as something to be proud of, to show off their wonderful land, and they need to get it back. But some crazed man in a full body armour suit with a golden gun that seems to be like a hand cannon has taken this skull, and we need to get someone to get it back. The head of the police calls in a forgotten agent, someone that never quite passed the test, someone that is a little bit outside the norm, and that is Ling Ling Chat. That is Stephen Chow's character, pretty much 007. He's going to come into this one. He's a butcher in a marketplace who's very good with a knife. But everything else he's kind of bumbling along with, really. And we find him going into this case being tasked with Q-like person who keeps bringing up all of these gadgets that are completely pointless, never quite hilariously out loud funny, but at the same time I kind of enjoyed the humour that was there.
阿嬸，你喺度做咩啊？
我幫你除褲咯。
點解咁做咧？
你要陀地啊嘛，我呢區起晒朵噶啦。
And we kind of follow our character as he meets up with someone that's supposed to help him, but it seems like she's trying to kill him along the way as well. And we just kind of watch our character bumble through this investigation. Somewhat 007, somewhat the Pink Panther, almost. But it's so lovingly put together and aping James Bond that I just had a whale of a time watching this one. And that's down to Stephen Chow, who I think is a terrific character here. His Ling Ling Chat is funny, endearing. He's got a good heart. He's trying to do the right thing. He believes the best in everybody. He's such a positive character that I just loved going on this adventure with him.
其實我着緊呢對鞋，都係一個風筒嚟。
I like his love interest as well, the kind of agent that's trying to kill him. There are some surprises that are undercut a little bit, like the man in the armoured suit. We find out who that is very early on, and I felt like that would have been a good surprise to come later on in the film. The action is particularly great. There are some wonderful set pieces. There's a robbery in a mall, which is particularly good. There is a fight sequence later on at the end, which is absolutely tremendous. It keeps the movie ticking along. For an 84-minute film, there is a lot rammed into this one. We get great characters, great action set pieces, some moments of humour that I found pretty great, even if it's telegraphed well in advance. It doesn't matter. There's a kind of endearing nature about this film, and it's just one that I really did enjoy. It was one of those ones that when it finished, I wish there was a slew of these, more of these aping on James Bond films, because it just worked so well. And I love the fact that they don't even hide what it is. It's a loving homage to James Bond. They show clips of Bond movies. They show Bond paraphernalia all the way through the film. The music is clearly ripping off Bond, and they just don't care. But it all feels as though it's coming from a place of love rather than just imitation. It changes enough of story plot points and characters, but just brings in the more familiar beats of Bond movies, and I kind of like that. Stephen Chow, like I said, he's terrific. He's a great main character, and I enjoyed this one a hell of a lot. From Beijing with love, terrific. Entertainment factor, absolutely adored this one. This was a huge surprise. I wasn't sure what I was going to get with this, and I just adored it. If you're a James Bond fan, you're going to like this one, I think, anyway. I did. I'm a huge Bond fan. I loved this movie. Yeah. Here we are in the disc From Beijing with Love. As you see, we've got the original Cantonese mono audio, the classic English dubbed mono audio, audio commentary by Frank Jeng, Wong Kam Kong on From Beijing with Love, which is 21 minutes 57 seconds. He was the commander in the film. He's talking about how it was wonderful to work with Stephen Chow, how he was such a different director, a good idea of the man at the time, and how he just found it such a surprising job, how it was a different genre than what he was used to as well. And following on from that, we have Wong Kam Yong on his career, which is a huge 54 minutes and 7 seconds, and has left me with a list of films that I now want to check out. This is just a great conversation, one that's easy to get lost in. Archival Ling Ling Chat interview, which runs for 24 minutes 57 seconds. He kind of talks about getting his start in TV, with producing some TV movies, how he moved into features again. This was something that I didn't really know too much about and got a wealth of information. It's 24 minutes and 57 seconds. And we have the original theatrical trailer, which is 2 minutes 59 seconds. And that's the extras from Beijing with Love. So I would love to know your thoughts on this one. So let me know in the comment box below whether you loved it, hated it, fell somewhere in the middle. I can't wait to hear your comments on this. Did you want more sequels, or was this more than enough for you? Let me know. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to the Patreon membership program and manvfilm.com. Always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.